today has been just a weird day. So I was here for like over 12 hours straight. You know what? I'm gonna organize my closet and color code and color coordinate all my clothes, and that's what I would do. So I guess some things don't change. Alright, so I'm in my classroom and yep, it is a huge mess. So I'm gonna clean up a little bit. I'm gonna print out some of my master copies for the week, and I think that's pretty much all I'm gonna do today, just because I have to go grocery shopping and all that stuff. So I'm gonna clean up and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Okay, so I've been here for a while and I decided to organize my construction paper. I wish I would have shown you what it looked like before, but it was a complete mess. Couldn't really see what colors I had. So I ended up putting all my like longer construction paper right here, and I separated it by colors. So I have all my tan ones right here, like a little darker tan right here, blues, and I put like sentence strips right here so I can know where like the pile or the stack begins and ends. So these are not separated by color just yet, and neither are these, so I'm going to have a parent volunteer separate them for me. I have my letter sized construction paper there too, as well as my Astrobrites paper, and I thought I was running out of Astrobrites paper, but then I organized it and I realized I am not. So this is where I'm gonna store it for now, and I have to buy more hanging folders because I didn't have enough. But I have all my Astrobrites paper right here. This is Astrobrites paper, but like the cardstock one, and then this is just this one is just a regular one that didn't fit, and I didn't want to open it just so it wouldn't I don't know, get all messy. This is just regular printer paper. This one is cardstock paper, and then right here I have more construction paper. So this is definitely going to, I'm so glad I did this. I've been wanting to organize my paper for a while now, so I mean, it's not finished, but it works. Okay, so it's 2 o'clock now, and I'm gonna leave now because I have to go get ready and go have lunch. Hey guys, so it's Monday, it's the end of the day. I had my post-observation meeting, and I was a little bit nervous, especially because I think I told you guys that I accidentally used the wrong worksheet for my observation, but it went really well. I am really happy. Yeah, it went really, really well, and I'm proud of myself for that. I don't know, like, I don't want to say too much, but yeah, it just went really, really well, and I'm super, super happy. Right now my classroom is an absolute mess. I can't make copies because the office is closed, and I had 2 meetings to go to before my post-observation meeting. So I guess I'm gonna have to come in a little bit earlier tomorrow and make copies for the day, and then I'll make the copies for the week after school. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up because my classroom is an absolute mess, especially my horseshoe table and my desk. They are a complete mess. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean those up. So last night I actually went to sleep pretty late. I think I went to sleep like at 11:30 because I was finishing up my lesson plans. I just kind of got distracted, and I decided to go grocery shopping. I decided to clean my room before I lesson planned, but I got them done. Then I realized today that on Friday is a half day, so we're getting out at 11, I think, and I didn't write that on my lesson plan, so I have to change that and see what I'm gonna do. I also made some things for my aide to do with the kids that she pulls. So I made like a name mat. I want her to work on like letter ID, but like the letters in their name. I think that's what's gonna be most beneficial for them. So I made a mat that like says their name, and then underneath they build their name with like tiles or like magnets, and then they write it, and then there's flashcards with their names. I hope that makes sense. I can't really show you that right now because it has the student's name, so I can't show you, but I made that. And then I made 2 worksheets. Let me show you the worksheets that I made. For morning work this week, I want to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I want Monday, Wednesday, Friday to be to be like literacy, so like letter of the week and stuff like that, and then Tuesday, Thursday I want it to be math. Oh, I forgot we were gonna do this one today. Oh, I did the wrong worksheet today. We're gonna do this one today just to see if they remembered the letter from last week. Okay. So here's a worksheet that I made. It's not the prettiest worksheet, but it will do for now. Eventually I will tweak it. So we are working on matching numbers to like amount of objects. So I have this one that we're gonna do tomorrow, which is 0 through 5, and it's with fingers. So you can see they'll just cut them out and then glue them where they go. I also have this one that we're gonna do on Thursday. This one is with 10 frames. And again, it's not the prettiest one, but I'll work eventually to make it more like aesthetically pleasing in my eyes. But this one they're just gonna match, so I'll count and then match it to the numeral and then trace the number. So that is what I made last night. Man, I'm so mad. We did the wrong worksheet today. Alright, so it's 4:53 and I'm getting ready to leave. All I've been doing is kind of like organizing my closet, as you saw. So I put away more construction paper, and then I cleaned up like one of the shelves because it was an absolute mess, and now it looks a little bit better. Right now I want to kind of organize my parent volunteer area so I can have things ready for them tomorrow. That way I don't have to stop like my instruction to tell them what to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and set that up, put sticky notes on stuff, and organize my back table, and then I'm gone. I have to do some things. I don't have to do some things, but I want to do some things for my classroom once I get home, since I can print stuff there in colors. So I'm gonna do that right now. Alright, things are looking okay now, except for my back table. I still have a few things, but I think I'm just going to leave them there because there are things I'm going to need out tomorrow anyway. So, yep. Also, my desk is not looking too bad. I mean, this needs to go in here. But the drawers are a whole different story. But yeah, I just have some things for tomorrow to copy, and that's about it. Also, I don't know what to do for this. So when I found out I was going to be a kindergarten teacher, or I was going to be hired to be a kindergarten teacher, I started looking for kindergarten teachers on YouTube. And I found the Letter Classroom when she was still a kindergarten teacher, and she was talking about smart art. So I think that's something I'm going to do. Because I love doing crafts, but then it's kind of hard to incorporate them in when it's just a craft. So I remember her having like a really cute craft, but it had other components to it, like sight words and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to look for something like that. I know one of the teachers here did like a really cute newspaper owl because it is like end week, so I might do something similar to that, but add other things. Also today, let me set this down real quick. Today for sight words, we did like sight word basketball, and I got this idea from Greg from the Kindergarten Smorgasbord. He posted a video on this. It was a little bit different because I didn't have the equipment that he had. So he had like a basketball hoop that you wear on your head, and he printed off sight words on orange paper, and the kids would like read it, and then they would crumble it up and try to make it into the basket, which was really fun. However, I don't have that thing, and I know he got it from Five and Below, or whatever it's called. There's not one of those stores nearby where I live. So I improvised with that part, and I just said, I'm gonna be the hoop, and I just put my arms out like this, and the students would read the sight words. So I had the sight words from last week, the week before that, and this week. So just kind of like a review for sight words, and we reviewed them all because we couldn't play the game until all of us could read the sight words or could remember the sight words. And then I would pick sticks, and the person would come up to the front, pick a sight word, read it, show it to the class would read it, and then they would crumble it up and they would try to shoot it. So they would try to make it like between my arms, and if they did, they would get a point. If they didn't, they didn't get a point. If they got to 5 points, then they would be able to do a go noodle, and my kids were able to get to 10 points. So we did 2 go noodles, and they absolutely loved it. The only thing I was kind of nervous about was like the cleaning up of it, because obviously paper balls were going to end up like all over the place, but my kids were very quick to clean up. Like I didn't even have to ask them. They took initiative and they cleaned up all the paper balls by themselves, which was awesome. So I think I'm gonna keep doing this, and I might just change like the themes here and then, but they loved it. So I think I'm gonna keep on doing it. I just wanted to share that with you because that was such a fun thing. Tomorrow I do have my pre-conference. Sorry, I'm like looking at my calendar right here. I have my pre-conference tomorrow after school for my instructional coach observation. I know another teacher's also getting observed for that, and I think we're both teaching math. So originally I didn't want to teach math for my observation. I wanted to do phonics just because, well, at the time when I set that up, I was more comfortable with math, but now I'm feeling more comfortable with phonics, so I guess it works. No, it doesn't work out. Does it work out? I don't know. But anyway, I accidentally gave her the wrong time. I gave her their time frame from 9:10 to 9:50, but I realized that that's my center's time, so I can't teach phonics during that time since my reading lab kiddos get pulled out, and I can't teach phonics when kids are being pulled out. So I'm gonna teach math. I'm gonna go home and kind of look over my plans, and yeah, she's gonna observe me on Wednesday. So by the time you're watching this, you're actually watching this a week later. I didn't really do this on purpose, but it just kind of ended up working out. I was just really busy, and I kind of wanted to take a weekend just to myself. Editing takes such a long time, especially because my vlogs are usually like 45 minutes to an hour long. It takes a really long time to go through all that footage and cut out things that like I mess up with, or things that I probably shouldn't talk about. But yeah, I wanted to take a break, and that's what I did. I actually wanted to be productive, but I was not very productive. So and the reason I say that it's kind of working out is because by the time you're watching this, I'm on fall break, or my fall break is about to end. And obviously, if I'm not teaching during fall break, then there's no point in vlogging, because what am I going to vlog about? Like me watching Netflix at home? I know that some of you would want to see like more of my personal side, but I was advised to keep my personal life and my professional life separate. So that's why my vlogs are basically only about teaching and nothing else, just because, again, I was advised to keep those two separate. I know that there are other teacher vloggers here on YouTube that show more of their personal life. They show their significant others, they show their families and stuff like that, but obviously things vary depending on where you work. So in case, I know that there were some people asking if I would ever have my boyfriend in my vlogs, and the answer to that is no. But like I said, I'm just trying to play it safe. So yeah. I know that oftentimes when I show things that I make for my classroom here on my channel, you guys ask me to put it on Teachers Pay Teachers, or I say I'm going to put it on Teachers Pay Teachers and I end up not putting it on Teachers Pay Teachers. It's not that I don't want to, it's just that creating products for TPT is actually kind of time consuming. Like for me, I don't mind if, like, let's say I made these cards. I made these cards, for example. These are like I have who has cards, and they're the alphabet cards. Well, that reminds me I wanted to make number cards for this. But for example, if the clip art is not perfectly centered for things that I make for my classroom, I'm okay with that. But I'm sure that if my clip art was not perfectly centered, people would notice, and then they would leave me a bad review, and ultimately that hurts my store. So that is kind of why it takes a little bit longer. I can't really just upload it. I know some people wouldn't mind, but again, there are people that do mind, and I understand that. I mean, if you're paying for something, you want it to be good. And for the most part, I do receive pretty good feedback on my items that are in my store. I think I've only had one like almost negative feedback, but I think it's just because the buyer didn't really understand what the product was. I think it was for my borders, and those borders are obviously not editable. They are just, it's a border, it's a template of a border that you print on Astrobites paper or colored paper, and then you cut that, like this border. And the buyer wanted to be able to edit it, and so yeah, it wasn't editable, and I actually didn't like it. But now I made it like very clear in the description that it's not editable. So that is kind of why it takes me a while to get products up in my store. But I'm hoping that during fall break I will have more time. I don't know how much time I will have because I will still be working at a daycare, but I hope that I have time to at least make the Go Fish, one available. While we're here, I'm going to show you something that I made. I think I started showing you this in last week's vlog, but I hadn't finished it. So I showed you that I made some letters with a hot glue gun on wax paper, or parchment paper, sorry. So this is what they look like, and I just put them on rice. I should have bought white rice. I thought I did. I mean, it is kind of white. And I just put some like Halloween erasers in them, so I'm just gonna kind of hide them in there. And here is the recording sheet. I have to make one for lowercase letters, so this is what it looks like. They're just going to, I don't know, and they're just going to record what letters they found in the bin. Yeah, I'm going to introduce that center tomorrow. I should really go home now. So I'm going to go home now. I'll talk to you guys soon. Real quick, this is what we're going to do for one of our centers. It's going to be a little craft, so I can have this bulletin board filled, but it's going to be a purposeful craft. So I have all the little pieces to it, so a circle, a smaller circle, some legs, and they're just going to write and then they are going to write their sight words with a white crayon, and then just put some eyes on it. So this is going to be one of the centers. I'll have hopefully a parent volunteer help with this. If not, I can totally do this myself, and if not, I can totally supervise this myself as well. But I'm going to make a web on this one, and it's going to say caught up in a web of sight words, and the spiders are going to be all around it. So just wanted to show you. I mean, it's not the cutest spider, but maybe I should add something right here. Alright, I just finished filming a Q&A video, and it turned out to be so incredibly long, so editing is going to be so much fun. But thank you to all of you that asked questions on my Instagram. Again, if you did not get a chance to ask a question, I will have another Q&A probably next month, so be on the lookout for that. Alright, so I am getting really hungry, so I think I am just going to clean up and go home, even though I don't want to go home. See, aren't those trees cute? Tomorrow I have an observation from my instructional coach. I did meet with her today. We just kind of talked about my lesson plan, and honestly, I am a little bit nervous. She is observing math, and I feel like math is not my strong point right now. I am following a kinder math lesson, so I should be fine. I don't know, I'm still kind of scared. What is the subject that you find the most difficult to teach? I feel like math is more difficult for me to teach. It doesn't come as easily as like other subjects for me to teach, and I don't like this feeling. I hope I get better. I mean, I feel like I have gotten better from the beginning of the school year until now, but I want to be even better, if that makes sense. I also have to film my outfit real quick for an outfit of the day video, even though I don't want to, because I'm not a huge fan of my outfit today, so I guess I'll do it anyway. Whoa, it was a really busy day. Today is Wednesday. It's already after school. It's 3:43, so I've been here a while. Today was early release, so the kids were dismissed at 1 o'clock, but again, I still have the same contract hours. That's totally fine. I had 4 meetings today, back to back to back to back, and I didn't expect that. I don't know why. I didn't think I was gonna have that many meetings, but it was okay. For one of the meetings, a librarian came from like another library, like a public library, and she got us all like at least 30 books to all the teachers, which was amazing. So I have them all in a bag. I'll go through them later. Right now I'm just sitting down doing report cards, but I'm really hungry and I'm kind of not feeling great. So I think I'm just gonna clean up here in the classroom and then just take everything home with me and do it in the comfort of my own home while watching Netflix. That just sounds a whole lot better. I am so hungry. My head is kind of hurting. I didn't really have a good lunch because I didn't like what I brought for lunch. So I just basically ate my grapes and my watermelon, and that's about it. And that is not a good lunch, especially when I didn't have breakfast, or I had a banana for breakfast. So also, a student gave me this bracelet in the morning, and I thought it was super cute. This particular student's not like super like affectionate towards me or anything compared to all the other students, so that student giving me this bracelet totally made my day. I had 2 parent volunteers come in today, and I'll show you what they were working on. I think I kind of showed you yesterday what I wanted to do for the flashcards, so I had a parent volunteer come in, and he did them for me. I didn't know it was going to be a he. I thought it was going to be the mom, but it was a dad. But I'm so thankful. So this is what my flashcards look like, and I'll just use these, and kids will like trace it with their fingers, hopefully that just adds like an extra element to flashcards. I'll show you our little craft. I kind of showed you yesterday, but we officially finished it, so maybe I'll do that bulletin board and then I'll leave. But this is my example. It's a little spider just with a few of our sight words from the last 3 weeks, and it's just sight words. It's a little spider, super easy to make. It literally took me like 20 minutes to prep, and it just has our sight words. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that actually. And I'm on the side right here, I'm just gonna put, I think it's gonna say something along the lines, caught up in a web of sight words, and yeah, I think it looks cute. Alright, so I'm in my car now. I'm about to leave. I'm gonna stop at McDonald's and I'm gonna get something to eat because I'm starving. And I don't know about this week. I just feel off this week. Sorry. I just feel tired. I don't know if it's tired. Yeah, I guess I do feel tired, and because I feel tired, I'm not as motivated as I usually am. Like usually I'll be in my classroom doing things, but right now it's almost gonna be 5 and I really didn't do that much. I mean, I had it since like 3 o'clock and I really didn't do much. I just did my bulletin board. I did a few like report card things, and then I just didn't do anything, and I don't like feeling this way. So I'm hoping that the break will like give me a lot more energy and I will not feel this way. I think that might be a little reason why. However, I do think my situation at home has a lot to do with it, so hopefully that situation gets better and I can get back to my regular routine. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave. If I do anything school related, I'll vlog it, but yeah. Alright, so obviously I am home now and it's been a while. I just laminated these that I'm gonna need for my lesson tomorrow. I am being observed tomorrow. For whatever reason, I thought, why is my hair so weird today? I don't know. Today has been just a weird day. My hair feels like extra fluffy and I don't know if I like it. But anyway, I thought I was gonna get observed today. Sorry, I have my McDonald's right there. I thought I was gonna get observed today, but then I rechecked my calendar and I'm not getting observed until tomorrow. So then I switched lessons. So I need these for tomorrow. These are gonna be part of my lessons. So again, these are from Kinder Math from Tara West. And they'll just be playing these in partners for a little bit. They'll act out a action, I guess, and then the other student's gonna guess what number they were acting out. So hopefully that goes well. I haven't done this with my kids yet, but this is the first time that this was introduced in the curriculum, so hopefully it goes well. So ever since I was just working on, first I made these to put on my bulletin board and they just look like this. Then I was just working on these like puzzles almost. I do have some that I got from Pinterest. They were free. I don't remember exactly the website, but if I do, I'll link it down below. But those only go up to 10. So I think we've mastered that, like 1 through 10. So I'm going to make 11 through 20. Okay, so my students really like this almost game board-like game that I have in my classroom. The one that I have is also from Kinder Math, but it doesn't have anything in the little boxes or circles, I think it is. It's just for them to count. So they love that game, so I figured I would kind of run with it. So I made this. It just has pictures. So when they land on something, let's say they land on Apple, then they'll have a recording sheet that I have not created yet that I will create right now. And they will just write like A because A is for Apple. So I'll record the initial sound, if that makes sense. I'm also going to try to make the same kind of template game type thing for sight words. So we'll see. Good morning. It is Thursday and it's gonna be a really long day. So today in the morning I have morning duty, and then after school I have a school event that I volunteered to help at. We are required to, why is this hair like this? We are required to help at 2 school events, and Kinder Roundup is one of them. So I signed up for the first one just to get it out of the way. Oh, I forgot to wear earrings. But yeah, it's gonna be a really long day. The event goes from 5 to 7, and I'm probably gonna have to stay after to help clean up. So we'll see how it goes. And I think I can leave for a little bit and then come back, but then there really is no point since I live like 20 to 30 minutes away. So I'm just gonna stay in my classroom the whole time and hopefully get some work done. Okay, so it's the end of the day on Friday. It's actually pretty early. It's only 1 o'clock, but my hair looks crazy. But I didn't get a chance to vlog very much yesterday because it was a really busy day. Yesterday is when I got observed by my instructional coach, and yesterday I also worked in after-school events. So I think we are required to do 2 after-school events per year, and I did this one. So I was here literally until 7:30ish last night, so I was here for like over 12 hours straight. And surprisingly, I'm not as tired as I thought I would be. Oh my god, this is driving me crazy. Okay, this is better. But yeah, surprisingly, I'm not as tired as I thought I would be, but today did feel off. And I think it's mostly because it was a short day. It was our first like half day ever for me and for my students. So it kind of felt weird. All we really had time to do was just our regular morning routine. So we did our morning work, morning meeting, calendar, and then after that we didn't have specials because it was a half day. So we just did a little bit of phonics, and then we went straight into center. So we did 2 center rotations. Then after that we went and watched the homecoming parade, which took about like 20 minutes. And then after the homecoming parade, we went to lunch. So, yep. And then after lunch, we came back. We did a little bit of math. After that, we did have a little celebration because we reached 30 like whole class all-stars. So we reached that yesterday, like just in time, like perfect timing. And so we had some cupcakes, some juice, and watched a movie. Then after that, it was just time to go. So yeah, it was a really quick day. And right after school, I had my post-observation meeting with my instructional coach, and I think it went really well. So basically what my instructional coach did while she was observing me was she just wrote down everything that I was saying and she would code it. I asked her to focus more on my questions to the students, so she would code my questions and she would code them according to whether they were congruent to my objective or they were not congruent to my objective. So if I'm asking the kid like, can you sit down please, she would write that down, and obviously that's not congruent to my objective if my objective is for kids to count like from 1 to 10 or something like that. But my academic questions were pretty much all congruent, so that made me feel good. One thing that I got out of this observation that I'm glad I did is that when I walk around to see what students are talking about, I walk around like in like a G almost, so I kind of avoid like the top right hand area, and I didn't notice that until right now when she told me that when she showed me kind of like a diagram of how I walked around the room. So that's really good to know, because I did not know that I didn't really walk towards the kids that are sitting up at the front. So yeah, that's good to know. All right, so right now we are free to go. We don't have to stay until 2:45, but I am gonna stay here and organize my classroom. I don't know if I'm gonna come to my classroom a lot in the next week because I am gonna be working at the daycare. So I was doing my report cards right now and I'm almost done. I just basically need 2 more grades to put in, and they're pretty easy. And then I need to do my comments, which I pretty much have like almost done. I just have to input them. But the computer's being super slow, so I'm gonna take a break and just organize everything. Before I do, I have parent-teacher conferences coming up in the next couple weeks. So I printed some things out to have ready for conference, so let me show you. So I have 2 evaluations that I'm going to give my students for self-evaluations. First one is this one. So it just has, this is how I feel about phonics, center, storytime, journals, math, science, social studies, recess, and exploration. So that's one of them that they're going to complete. And then I also have another one that's how I think I'm doing in blank. So how I think I'm doing following teacher's directions, how I think I'm doing when listening to others, and so on and so forth. At first, I was going to sit down and do it with them, but I figured that's probably not going to be the most accurate representation of what they feel. So I'm going to have my aide do those. And then she can just give them to me when she is done. And then I also have some conference form reminders. These are all freebies on Teachers Pay Teachers, by the way. So if I can remember to link them below, I will. And then I'm also going to have this for parents. I'm going to send this home for parents when we come back from break. And this is just a conference survey. So they'll just answer like, what are some areas of strength that you are seeing in your child? How's homework going for you? Is your child reading with someone at home? Do they need help finding books? Do you have specific questions or concern you want to discuss? So I thought this was a really cool thing to have. That way you kind of have something besides grades to talk about, and it's not just like awkward when you're talking to parents. Well, I finished my bulletin board, so I'm going to show you what it looks like. So that is just what it looks like, and I think it's really cute. Alright, so I just finished filming a video. By now you should probably have already seen it, and if you haven't, I'll have it linked down below. But my classroom is an absolute mess and I just want to go home. But I can't leave it like this. And of course, it's typical procrastinator me that decided to start organizing instead of doing my report cards. That is usually what I do. That's what I would do in college. I would have like a big assignment due, and then I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna organize my closet and color coordinate all my clothes, and that's what I would do. So I guess some things don't change. I am gonna finish cleaning that mess up. My dad is actually gonna stop by in a little bit just to say hi, and then I'm gonna clean up my desk area, pack up some things, and then just go home. I'll probably come on Sunday and try to file away some things and organize more things and clean up my classroom. But something I want to talk about right now, you know how like when you're little, there's always like those urban tales like, oh, my school is haunted. What's your staple there? There's always those like rumors like, oh, my school is haunted. Like literally every single school that I've been at as a student has been haunted. Even when I went to school in Mexico, the bathrooms are haunted, there was graves underneath the school or stuff like that. Also, when I was in high school, there was a high school and 2 elementaries that were very close together. People would always say that there was tombstones like somewhere around the area because supposedly that used to be a Native American burial ground. But again, that was always just a rumor until one time when I was like a sophomore in high school, my friends and I decided to go look for them, and we found them, and that was really scary. I don't know where I was going with that. But basically what I'm saying is that schools are always haunted, supposedly, right? I saw this video on Facebook of a school like in another country, and the security cameras caught something on camera. I was too scared to even watch the video. I've been hearing things that the school that I work at is haunted. And I personally like watching like paranormal story times on YouTube. I like watching those type of videos. Not scary movies, but just story times, and I enjoy them, even though I get scared. But I don't wanna like experience those things, and I'm scared that I will, which is why I decided that whenever I'm in my classroom or whenever I come in during the weekend or something, I'm only gonna come in when people are here, because I've been hearing people tell me stuff. So people have told me that they hear things in this pod, or like things will fall and stuff like that, and lately things have been weird. So I was having lunch the other day, and my bathroom and the bathroom door, and the bathroom is just right there, which was completely open, just like closed all of a sudden, and that was really weird. And we were just like, you know what, let's not even acknowledge it, let's just keep eating. So that was weird. So my computer has been like turning off randomly this week, and I know that the computers turn off automatically at 8 p.m. but this has been happening like at 9:57 a.m. or some random time like that. Right now, I don't think I caught it on camera, but I was just organizing things, and I have like the roll of stickers that I give to students on my little easel right there, and it's a pretty good size, like the ledge is a pretty good size, so it fits really well there, and they just like fell out of nowhere. So I'm like, okay, that's basically just tell me I probably have to leave soon, and I will. Is your school haunted? If it is, tell me in the comments below what you have experienced or what you have heard about your school. I probably shouldn't even be talking about this because I don't want to attract more things, but here I am. Alright, so my dad just came and left, and he was telling me, you know what, you should probably just go home. You've had a really long week, which I have. My dad has been staying with me in my apartment for, I don't know, like he stays pretty much all the time now, just again because of our family emergency. He wants to take care of stuff, and I totally understand that because he's in my apartment all the time, that he realized how late I stay, especially yesterday since I had that school event. So he's like, you should probably go home and just sleep because you got home really late yesterday and you got up really early. So I agree. I'm just gonna clean up, not clean up a lot, just like basically hide clutter, pack up my stuff, and then go. I'll just come here some other time. Okay, so as I'm sitting here getting ready to go, I just started thinking, I am so lucky to be doing what I love every single day. And I know that's super cliche, but teaching kindergarten is something that I've been wanting to do for a while now, and I didn't think I would be able to. It's not like I didn't think I'd be able to because I was not capable of doing it, but it's just because of my certification. My certification is in elementary education, not early childhood. But it's just funny how things work out. Like if you really want something, you can get it. And I did, and I love it so much. I really, really, really enjoy what I do. I love my students so much, and I honestly would not change this for the world. I am so happy with the decision that I made to come to this school. Even though the other schools I was considering are really, really great schools, I'm just happy with it. I'm just so incredibly happy with the decision that I've made. Not only do I have amazing parents and students, and I'm teaching my dream grade, but I am in a really great school and I have really amazing team members. I just kind of wanted to sit here for a little bit while it's nice and quiet and just be grateful for what I have going on for me right now. Because even though things have not been so great at home because of everything that's happened, I still have this amazing thing that makes me happy every single day and that I have to look forward to. So I am so thankful for this. I know it sounds super cheesy, but I am. But yeah, I will leave it at that, and I'll leave this whole vlog at that, and then in a very positive note, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.